Right, let's look at example 2. Example 2 is giving us this visual. It says determine if the following represents a function or a relation. Remember, a function is when all of your domain values only go to one unique y value or range value. A relation is if there's just a relationship between the two and repeated numbers are okay. If you look at this visual, -3 connects to 4. -2 connects to -8, -1 to 0. The 0 here connects to the 8 over here, and this one connects to the -4. So in example 2, notice how all of our values on the domain column only connect to one value in the range column. Because of that, we can say, yes, this is a function. So I'm going to say, yes, a function, because the domain values, or the domain numbers, connect to only one y value or range number. And then I'm going to create just kind of a sketch of this image we have in our textbook, because if I'm just looking at my notes, that answer alone is not going to make much sense. That's not going to give me any insight into what the original problem looked like. So I'm going to recreate this domain and range column with the arrows. And I'm going to use a different color to do my arrow. So -3 went to 4. -2 went to -8. 1 went to 0. All right. Now we're going to move on to example 3. I know that the textbook might give a little bit of a different way of approaching example 2, and that's fine as well. You're welcome to read through that. If you resonate more with the way the textbook explained example 2 versus how I did, that's perfectly fine. My goal is to give you multiple ways of approaching these problems as much as I can. That way there, hopefully one of them will stick with you and make sense. All right, now we're going to move on to example 3. And I'm going to draw a line on my notes page to say I'm done with example 2, and then I'm going to begin example 3. Example 3, it says, do the following ordered pairs represent a relation or a function? First thing I'm going to do is write down the ordered pairs that they gave me. Know that these squiggly brackets at the beginning is just a way to say that we're only looking at this set of numbers. If you draw the squiggly brackets, great, but you don't have to. So right now, I'm just copying down the problem. Next, I want to see if this represents a relation or a function. And it represents a function if all of your x values are paired with one unique y value. So what I want to look at is these x values, these first values here. And I first want to look and see, do any of my x values repeat themselves? Well, I have an x value of 0, and it only happens once in this set, so it does not repeat. So I don't need to look at that one. My x value of 1, though, does repeat. It has the ordered pair 1, 6, and 1, 8. What this is telling me is it's telling me that an x value of 1 is being paired with two different y values. So x value of 1 is being paired or matched with two different y values. When looking at my other x values, such as 2 is also being paired with two different y values. So now my x value of 2 is being paired or matched with a value of 7 and 10. My x value of 3 in that last ordered pair does not repeat. It's the only one of its kind, so I don't need to look at that. What I'm looking at and why I wrote down these x values of 1 and 2 and how they're paired to multiple numbers is because that means that this set does not represent a function. So because of these x values, 1 and 2, are paired with multiple y values, this set of ordered pairs does not represent a function. So when there's that repeat of an x value going to a different number, it's not a function.